What's up, everybody? Destroyer here. Welcome back to another Castle of the Rise of Witch King, patch 2.2 version 6. Today we have a 1v1 on the Forts of Isen II. So let's see who we got in the game today. We have our first player, the Goblins, Kuwadi. I'm assuming that's how you say that. Maybe? Kuwadi is Goblins, and his opponents for this match is Solas as Mordor. So we get Goblins versus Mordor, both spam factions, of course, and they specialize in such. Looks like Solas is going for an Orc Pit start there, and Kuwadi is going for a potentially Spiderling start, I would imagine, with the Spider Pit. Could be going Spider Riders, but Spiderling is pretty common and actually pretty strong in 2.02, so odds are very high that that is a thing. So we'll see how Solas actually manages to defend against Spiderlings or Riders, whichever ones are coming out. He does know he's up against a Mordor, though, so he will know there's going to be units at his base quickly. If Solas is going to be attacking, of course. He might not, who knows. Looks like another Orc Pit is going down, so Solas is trying to get his production up and running here. Kuwadi is getting his first time of Spiderlings. And, of course, both players are getting their economies rolling, as you do in the early game. We have another Orc Pit being placed. He's almost placing these like he's placing his farms, kind of, in this circle around his fortress. This could help with defense, though, because I'm pretty sure this is where the orcs come out of. Or is it the other side? Pretty sure the flag shows where the orcs come out, right? Shit, I can't remember. I guess I'll find out in a second, won't I? Is it? No, it doesn't. Okay, the flag is the back of the orc pit. That's what I thought. But you can use that to help defend, I guess. Spiderling harassment is difficult to defend against. Fortress arrow towers do a lot of damage, of course, so he's going to have trouble attacking the ones next to his fort. But if you can get things like that, builders, of course, can't throw down wall hubs for Mordor, but they can throw down whatever he just threw down. Probably a battle tower, I'd imagine. That's the second most common used building. We also have a Goblin Cave thrown down for Kuwadi, who's now getting Goblin Warriors on the field. And he's now using Spiderlings as defensive units as well. He's put them in hold ground stance. The Orcs are in hold ground stance as well, but he's just decimating the Orcs, and the Orcs have barely done any damage to the Spiderlings. So the Spiderlings will outclass Orcs by a substantial margin. And of course they are good against swordsmen, so they should, because Orcs aren't potentially, they're not that good anyway. They're not a high damage unit by any means. They're a spammable faction unit that doesn't specialize in really doing damage, to be honest. Unless you get the Horde bonus, then you get 50% damage when gathering a number of 100 or more, which does help boost their damage, of course. But really, archers are the way to go against Spiderlings. As you see, Solas has bought some Orc archers there, and he's got a lot of these. So he's playing more of a defensive match this game, being up against a very aggressive Goblin player with a lot of Spiderlings. He's going to be very highly mobile, able to attack him on a lot of fronts. Solas is preparing his defenses on a lot of fronts as well, which is very nice. But as you'll see, Solas isn't really able to harass his opponents here, so we'll see how that works for him, because that'll allow Goblins to tech up, get more fancy stuff into them at Solas, while Solas is busy defending. But Solas is getting power points, it's got to be said, I would imagine. Although, that said, he is actually one power point behind, so I guess the Goblins are getting power points well. So, there is that. And there's the epic struggle, Goblin versus Orc. But with the Spiderlings, Goblin Warriors easily win that. I think Goblin Warriors win that anyway, the Poison Blades. 1v1. Goblin Warriors aren't much, but the Orc Warriors aren't much either, it's gotta be said. And we have a Troll Cage going down, so potentially some Drummer Troll action gonna come out from Solas, or potentially a Mountain Troll even, who knows. Wouldn't put it past Solas to go around Mountain Trolls. But I would venture to say Drummer Troll would be useful for its fear, its knockback ability, and its, of course, leadership to the units that he's producing, especially the archers. Who unfortunately seem to have some Spiderlings upon them. Well, they fought valiantly. They're dead. They're not coming back. But a new battalion will take their place, of course. As is the Mordor way. And Goblin way. And every other way, really. There's Spider Riders on the field now for Kuwadi. So he's going Spiderling, Spider Riders with Goblin Warrior support. Off of 2 caves there. Seems to be working pretty well for him, I think. And Solas is staying a bit defensive. Trying to expand while keeping his stuff safe. And he has gone for Drummer Trolls as his troll unit of choice. So yeah, so his base has actually survived a Spiderling start pretty nicely. Which many of you can attest is kind of annoying most of the time. You get harassed by Spiderlings. They're very hard to catch. And they do a lot of damage when they're war-chanted. So they kill farms very nicely, very effectively, and then they run away, attack another farm somewhere else. But it seems like he has managed to nullify that for the most part. And Solas might be able to start pushing back. Indeed, he has a battalion of orcs already on the case. It's not doing a whole lot. It's just one battalion of orcs, and the Spiderling battalion will take that out fairly easily. And Kuwadi is now going into the north. A few battalions of Goblin Warriors, although Solas is pushing through the center here with his stuff. And we have 2 battalions of Spider Riders on the field. We have a lumber mill being thrown on here. Interesting. I'm guessing he's putting it here so the fortress can defend it and the guys can just mine from there, I guess. It's a bit more of a walk, of course, but it is more safe, especially against Lings and Spider Riders, which is really what he's worried about. That's why he's building it next to his fortress, I would imagine. So he'll still get the benefits of having a lumber mill. He'll probably have to recruit a few more laborers, I would imagine, to make that a bit more useful. But you lose laborers. It's not that big of a deal. You lose the building itself. Well, it's kind of annoying. And there is a Spider Riders doing what they do best. Those ones not, though. They're getting punched in the face by a drummer troll, and that doesn't feel good, I would imagine. Kuwadi doesn't really have any answer to the troll, to be honest, which he is now trying to find an answer for in the fissure. I see he's throwing down one of those. The best option he has currently is to put Spider Riders in bow mode and try to whittle it down there. And that's exactly what he's doing. I'd say that is definitely the right choice at this point. He's got a lot of riders, which is going to make things a lot more difficult for Solas. Because 4 battalions of Spider Riders will trample through this amount of orcs without too much trouble. If you have 1 battalion or whatever, you get stuck, you probably get butchered trying to trample that. But you have 4 battalions, you're going to punch through, I would imagine, without too much struggle. And Spider Riders are pretty good cav as it is. They're not like Warg Riders who lose all complete momentum when they trample. So they're probably going to do alright. Is that 4 battalions or is that 3? I think it's 4. I'm going to go with 4. Either way, still pretty good. Solas is moving into the south here. He's also enlisted a mountain troll, which is a good choice. They're great for taking down buildings. Of course, they're great for fighting off the Spider Riders and Spiderlings, I guess. But he has fallen a victim to poison arrows with a bunch of arrows from the Spider Riders. And now we do have some half-troll marauders on the field as well. So he's doing alright. I'd say Kuwadi is doing good. Solas definitely is being a bit not overwhelmed. He just can't really make anything at the moment is doing a whole lot of damage to that composition. But he can change that, of course, with the introduction of, I don't know, something. Something good. I'd like to say a flying unit would be good, but I don't know. They can go bow mode, of course, which can be a bit troublesome. Attack trolls could maybe be a good addition. I think he's actually thinking that as well, as he is taking up his thing there, his troll cage. Oddly, he's not going for Easterlings at all, even though there's so many Spider Riders. It's an interesting choice. I'm not sure why. He wouldn't go for even one battalion of Easterlings. Maybe he wants to be trampled. Maybe that's the game. I don't know. We got a builder getting caught out by a horde of orcs there with a drummer troll. But fortunately for him, he is faster and he does have an escape route. Although that escape route will be promptly destroyed, I would imagine. The army of Spiderers is on the way over there. We got Goblin archers with their poison arrows on auto cast there, ready to shoot down any troll nonsense that should be coming his way shortly. It looks like we have some half-troll marauders being sent in alone against a lot of orcs, so they're not going to do very well. Half-troll marauders are weak to swordsmen, but they still will hold up for a while in a porcupine formation there. He's not even in porcupine formation. He's just in home ground stance. But they are slowly dying because they are, of course, weaker in swords. But they are actually... I mean, arguably, the half-trolls are winning against all these orcs, which is pretty sad. Slowly but surely being overwhelmed, though. That just shows how weak orcs are. And how pretty good half-troll marauders are. So if he had some half-troll swordsmen, though, that would be a whole different story. I'd imagine half-troll swordsmen would butcher those things, as they are very much not weak to swords. And they're just fairly strong. Half-troll swordsmen would actually be a good addition, I'd say, to the forces. But of course he does have to worry about the trolls, which is the whole reason he built the fissures in the first place. So it makes sense that he would have half-troll marauders instead. Let's have a look at PowerPoints and such while we're here. Ooh, Sacral's beasting. And he is starting to level. Very nice, very nice. Kuwadi has himself Scavenger, Cave Bats, War Chant, 1 PowerPoint, 236 of 500 command points. And we have ourselves a War Chant Industry and 5 PowerPoints for Solas, 497 of 650. So actually Solas has more farms out in the field than Kuwadi does, currently. And of course, army size doesn't mean a whole lot when you're playing a spam faction, so whichever faction or whichever team has more isn't too big of a deal. Looks like a lot of Spiderers have died to something. Might have been the attack troll. That was an unfortunate turn of events, as that was a lot of his army. He still has a decent amount of them left, though. But Kuwadi is slowly but surely losing his momentum, I would say. And these cheeky little battle towers that Solas has put up around his base has definitely made it so like single battalions of Spiderlings or Goblin warriors will struggle to take down a farm. It gives him time to react to actually save it. So that's very nice. I think enough players don't do this enough, to be honest. One battle tower. You'd be surprised how effective one battle tower actually is at keeping an enemy away from your farm or anything, really. A lot of players just opt not to play with towers, which is fair enough, but I mean, the towers are there for a reason. In 2.02, everything is game. You can use anything online, so no one's going to cry about you using a tower or even a wall. Well, they might cry about you using a wall, but you can still use them. I suggest using many walls, in fact. We have Gorkil on the field now for Kuwadi, but he's up against 3 attack trolls and a mountain troll. That's not well. That's not going to end well at all. Attack trolls are very powerful, especially once they start to level up in 2.02. They are really OP. So these half trolls are not going to be enough, I don't think. As you see, they're not doing near enough damage. Gorkil is waddling his way over there, not even helping. I don't know what he's doing, but he should really be assisting with this. But Kuwadi's losing a lot of stuff to just a couple of attack trolls here. It's also split up his forces, and now he's able to take more ground quickly. Also, he can utilize pathfinding to his advantage as well by going around buildings if these are in bow mode, and then wait for him to come around and come back around and smack him in the face. It's a pretty good, valid tactic there to use. Looks like we have Mouth of Sorrow on the field for Solas now. He's using his attack troll defensively. Unfortunately, attack trolls are just they overpower the half-troll marauder that's meant to counter them, almost. It's kind of problematic in a way, I feel. So it leaves goblins in a bad spot, quite frankly. So, yeah, attack trolls. If you utilize them right, they are pretty strong. But I'm pretty sure they're being balanced out. So I look forward to that in the near future. Whatever the near future is, of course, in the new version of 2.2. I feel like I've been saying that for years. And I actually might have. It's been taking a while, to be fair. Alright, well, Kuwadi has made it to the base, but not with a whole lot. There's a couple of goblin stragglers, really, just being fended off by Malthasar and a attack troll. Is he holding nothing? Okay. Oh, we got an attack troll out here with no weapon, for some reason. I haven't seen that one before. Oh, there it is. That's weird. So Solas has gone to attack troll spam. Which, well, let's be honest, that's pretty... it's pretty cheesy. And he knows that's not going to be stopped by goblins anytime soon. So that's going to take them to the fort in no time. Unfortunate. So I thought Kuwadi did really well up until about 10 minutes ago. When these started coming out. 5 minutes ago, whatever it was. I don't actually know how long it's been. Oh, he's also got a fed beast. But you see the fortress is getting ravaged. That will be GG for Kuwadi, no doubt. Unless he has some secret trick up his sleeve, I highly doubt he'll be winning anytime soon. He does have his hero zone, and he does have half-troll marauders ravaging around, but he will not have enough strength to actually take the Mordor fortress by any means. Although he did kill a bully there. He's also going for Corsairs of Umbar from the inn here, which is definitely helping his ranks, I'd imagine. Although he's not going to have any anti-air now, except for these spider riders and any archers he produces in the future. But he'll have to stop this, of course, wave of attack trolls, which is going to be near impossible, especially since these are leveled up. Level 4. At level 4 is 3,150 health, 3,100 health. At level 3, 3,000 health at level 1. So from level 1 to 4, you get 150 health. I think it's in the armor or whatever that makes them really hard to kill per level or something. I can't remember what it is exactly. There's something that levels up with attack trolls every level. It levels up a bit much. More than it should be. Making them OP. Gorko's going to lead one final valiant assault against this battle tower. Battle tower is actually pretty tanky while they're building, it looks like. If you're able to tank half-troll marauders' leadership from Gorko, then it's kind of like a wall hub in a way. And I can see why those are used. There we go. Kuwadi has been defeated. And Solas is victorious. Well, it's not surprising that Solas is victorious, but it was nice to see someone do pretty well at the start. And see Solas try something different, I guess. Because most players don't go for a defensive Mordor. So, it's kind of what made me want to cast that one, I think. See some defensive Mordor play and see how Kuwadi fared against it. I thought he did alright, up to the point where the trolls started overwhelming his army a bit. And then he lost all momentum and died. So there you go. That has been a cast of the Rise of the Witch King, patch 2.2. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.